Hello everyone, and welcome to the promised analysis of Jurassic World Evolution 2 foliage and assets in the game. So, as I have told you, I know my plans and I know everything in here. And before you click away, hear me out. There is some very good evidence that these are individually placed objects. I'm going to show you in a couple of seconds how this looks in Planet Zoo, and this is our closest comparison because that is the latest game created in the same engine as this game over here is created. So I created the same scene as you can see over here with the Amargasaurus, only with an elephant because I had no other animal, I don't have the Amargasaurus and no mod or whatever thing in Planet Zoo, but you can definitely tell a very good comparison between those two. And let me just, without further ado, let's switch over. Boom, there you go. This is the scene in Planet Zoo. Yes, it doesn't really look super close right now. This is mostly because of the lighting and stuff like that. It was a little bit hard to get to do, but what I will do right now for you guys in the video, I will now cut over to the left hand side the image of the Amargasaurus from the wonderful Jurassic World Evolution 2 screenshot, and on the right hand side you will see Planet Zoo. So let's do this right now. We are switching over and I'm going to go into the game. So you can see this is the scene, and this is what we can see. So let's start first of all here to the left hand side. Let me just quickly bring up the picture for myself, so otherwise I don't know what exactly I'm talking about. So the Amargasaurus is, let me just click back into the game. There you go. The Amargasaurus is on my left hand side, so I can show you. And now have a look at this cacti, and have a look at this image from the Amargasaurus. Now, one thing, I'm going to move a little bit more into the middle so you do see that a little bit better. Now, one thing you will notice straight away, this is the exact same model. Yes, I know, cacti looks like that. I know, but it is exactly the same one. And I positioned that in the same way so you can actually also see that with the shadow and everything like that. So you can really tell. Oops, I just clicked on that. I did not want to do this. But you can definitely tell here, this is the left-hand arm. This is the right arm. There's the other one in the background. I could actually try to rotate in the exact same manner as it is in there. So yeah, it's a little bit of a different angle though, but you can definitely tell that this is the exact same model. Even this little bump here to the left hand side is exactly the same. And there's another one in the background, and I think I just took the same one over here. Yeah, that should be exactly the one in the background that you can see as well, the small one in the background of the Amargasaurus. Now, this is really, as I said, this is really important to note because yeah, it is just exactly the same. So very important stuff. The rock definitely is a different one, but in front of the rock we have this little cacti thing over here. Not sure if this is the exact same, the prickly pear one, but our prickly pear, I should say. This is too far away. I mean, not really sure how exactly that looks in the image. But if we go over here, we have even more evidence in this plant over here. Again, the shading might be different, the lighting might be different. Yes. But then you have exactly this one. I forgot the name of that one. This is the manzanita bush, which is actually available in the desert and taiga of North America. So that gives us a hint which environment that could be. Same goes for this plant. This is exactly the biome in North America. This is the creosote bush, or however you want to pronounce that one. And then we also have a last player in here, and that is the Joshua tree, which is again North America and desert. So you can definitely tell that this is a North American desert map which we are looking at right now. And obviously this wonderful friend over here, the cactus, is again North America desert. So very clear evidence that these are the same things. And I can't do the same checkup with this plant, but I'm 99% sure that this is the same model. So why and don't get me wrong, why the fact that I'm pointing so much at it right now is not that I think it's a lazy thing or whatnot. No, it's actually the opposite. I think it makes perfectly sense to take a game that has already had so many very nicely created plans that went into it. Why would you even change? Why would you change this? And the reason why I took this scene over here is because I was quite sure to find all of these plans available. Now, You can definitely tell that this is obviously something that many people might have already seen, but I think it's very cool to see that in an arrangement like that. Let me just move back into the scene so you can see it right now again. And now I'm moving actually back to the normal overview. So, as you can see, this is how the elephant is standing in here, and I'm gonna click back to the image now, back and forth, so you can actually see the difference a little bit better. So this is that one, this is that one. Well, actually, I should, you know what we do? We go into Ansel, and I'm just going to try to get the same kind of, yeah, same kind of, angle, is that the word? I think that's the word I was looking for. The same kind of angle is what I'm looking for. So let's do it that way somewhat. And now if we switch between those two, oh wait, oh, okay, while I'm in Ansel, I can't do this. This is a bit of a problem, but you can definitely tell what I was talking about. So this is actually very neat if you check over. Anyways, let's move on, and we go into the different things over here. So there are a couple of things I can show you to, you know, prove the point even more. So you can see there's a lot of foliage down here. This could be made with a brush or whatnot, but if we go further, there are some pieces that I know very, very well as well, and this picture over here is one of those. So please focus your eyes on these plants here in the background with this little purple violet kind of tint in it, and to the right hand side you can also see something else which has a slight purple input. I'm going to show you in the game now which are these plants. So this is where we don't need to cut away or whatever, but I'm just going to show you. So we've got a couple of things in here, and I did already do my little research, so I'm just going to scroll down so you can see all of that beautiful stuff that we have here in Planet Zoo. But first of all, we're going to have a look at this one over here. This is one of the possible things that we have as the crimson turkey bush. Also, let me just change the sun to a bit more of a daytime thing. You can see that this is a bit of a better evidence, and always keep in mind lighting and stuff changes, so this is definitely something that you would see. And then we do have the desert ironwood tree, which is that one over here. And let me just change to this maybe. And I'm going to point your attention to these in a second, because this is really exactly what you need to understand. You can also have this one, because I'm not exactly sure if it's that one or this one because of the blurriness of the picture. It could be both, but I'm tending a lot towards the crimson turkey bush, but you know, you never know exactly what it could be. Anyways, if we switch over to this one, you can see there is in the background the blurriness of these shimmering things, which could be the turkey bush, and on the right hand side you can see the desert bush, as I've just shown you. Very clear evidence that this would work. In this picture you can't really tell too much. We have a lot of these pine trees and stuff, which I guess they borrow some objects as well. Even the okay, I'm gonna show you with the red, I think that's a red pine or something over here. Let me just quickly do this so you can see that one. Let me see, red, and no, it's not. Let's see if there's a pine, another one in here, because I have the feeling that even the LOD is pretty similar. I think that's the one. That should be the one, or this more bushy one. I'm gonna test this with all of those. Let me just quickly do this. So if we zoom out, yeah, this is definitely, look at that, look at this, how it changes when I zoom out over here. And now if we switch back to the picture, just look at that one in the middle, and you can see that this is pretty much even the same LOD. So you can actually tell that this might be a similar model. If we go into this one, we have another evidence that this plant I've already shown you is in there, and we've got a lot of other models, and yeah, the grass definitely looks a little bit similar, and yeah, just in general, a lot of these things. This is, by the way, another shot at this scene, and you can see again some of the stuff we looked at. Pretty much pops to your eye that this is the same, and there's not that much more I can show you, because these were the ones that clearly stood out to me. There could be like a little fern over here that is pretty similar. Like we can look into this one. I think we have that one in Planet Zoo as well. Let's have a little looky look. Let's put in fern. Yeah, that looks pretty much like this one, or like one of those at least. Let me just switch back over if this makes sense. I think the smaller one, actually, this one over here, could be that model. Yeah. This definitely is this model, and different lighting, of course, but it is actually pretty obvious, guys, that we might get finally to see some individual placeable objects, at least in the habitats, and that is already a huge leap forward, and you can make a lot of great stuff with it. I'm really hoping that I'm not misinterpreting things too much here, but I am quite confident that we are able to see these things in the game. And if we go all the way back to the very first one and have a little look to Planet Zoo, how this turned out with all the other stuff over here as well. But now I go back to Ansel. I also tried to, you know, match the colors a little bit better, but yeah, you can tell that this is, I mean, you know, this definitely goes in. Also, by the way, a little quick mention, this is from the workshop, a wonderful viewing gallery of Jurassic World Evolution build. You can grab this from the workshop. I'm going to include the link in the description in order to give credit to this incredible build, which I just used for the screenshot and the thumbnail. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's little analysis of these plants. And, you know, the cacti definitely is the one that poked to my eye, but also all these other plants give evidence that we might look into this. Or if all things go down, at least we have these different plants in a brush, and at least there's a lot more variation in the brush. But if so, I want this brush in Planet Zoo as well, okay, Frontier? So if you do one thing, you have to consider the other as well. So you better do this individually placed objects, because otherwise I want this brush. Anyhow, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this, and let me know in the comments down below what you think, what we will get, and also, much more important than that, what do you want to have in the game over Jurassic World Evolution 1? What is your single most important change that you want to see from the new game, apart of the fact that we have so many species already confirmed and that this is going to be a great game? But what is the single most important thing that you want to see change or improve to Jurassic World Evolution 2 in comparison to the first one? Yeah, I'm very excited to read your comments. I really hope you enjoyed this little interpretation analysis of the plans in the screenshots that we got. And now on board the hype train, and we're going to talk to each other very soon again about this game. As soon as there's some juicy new stuff, we're going to look into it, and you can expect me to cover it. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. That helps always to trigger it and stuff like that. You know the deal. And now I wish all of you a wonderful weekend with a lot of cool stuff from the E3, hopefully. And now enjoy your time, stay safe, everyone, and goodbye.